Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of Crusader Kings 2. We are continuing with the adventures of Harald the Younger, Chief of Skåne, third generation ruler of the Af-Ystad family. We didn't do a great... Well, I was gonna say we didn't do a great deal last time, because really we weren't. We're preparing to go and see some lands, but apparently we need at least 100 prestige to conduct border dispute wars. So we are about to acquire just that. But as you all know by now, Harald the Younger is a lazy sod, which means he ain't doing more than the absolute minimum to obtain the prestige he needs. So we've been around looting some neighbors, and since we were already like 1 prestige in the positives, we figured, meh, that's enough. We'll just wait out the rest of the time. So that we've done, and we're up to 74. But I figured we're gonna go on one final raid, just to make sure it tips over to 100 prestige that little bit faster, because I mean, he is lazy, but he's also ambitious. He ain't the kind of guy that would patiently wait around to get what he wants. He kinda wants it now. The only contradiction being he doesn't want to be the one to put down work himself to get what he wants. Anyways, there isn't a great deal to go through before we release the pause button and start the game, but there are a few things I would like to point out. First and foremost being, we've got a new liege. Knut the Oppressor died a most gruesome death last time. His body was mangled. He had a spear thrust through his body or something, because he ended up seriously injured and eventually succumbed to those injuries. We don't know the exact details of how he procured his injury, whether he sustained those injuries in a duel, if he was taken in some kind of a battle or an ambush, or whatever the heck it was. He got wounded pretty damn badly and died as a result. And as per the traditions of Gavelkind, the realm was split up, so the younger son held the chiefdom of Mecklenburg here, where there's currently an uprising. The local Slavic rulers are taking arms against the child ruler in a bid for their own freedom. Meanwhile, the main titles and the realm in itself is ruled by Knut's eldest son Sigurd II, who's only recently developed the zealous trait. Basically, he's a deeply religious guy. He feels very passionately about the Norse faith, and will do everything he can to defend the religion, which I guess would make sense, because he had a scholarly education going on. If you'll remember, Knut himself was actually the realm shaman for a time under his father Snake in the Eye. That's where he got the quote-unquote distinction of being an unworthy priest. And clearly Sigurd II hasn't done too swimmingly either. But he did learn the virtue of patience. He did learn the virtue of contentness, of, making do with what he's got without being greedy for more. Now, when I look at these traits, I see a mostly meek and feeble kind of person. He's patient, content, and trusting, so he listens a bit too much to his advisors and always assumes that when other people speaks, they will have his interests in their hearts too, which is quite a naive thing to assume, especially, I guess it goes well with the fact that he's young, but still, it's rather naive. He is envious though. He does have a streak of envy in him, no doubt a vice he inherited from his father, in the sense that he believes that everybody's got it better than him. He believes everybody's got something that he is lacking. And I'm guessing this envy, this feeling of insufficiency is what's driving him to want to prove a point to the rest of the court. Prove to everybody that he can live up to the grand reputation of his namesake. Secret snake in the eye. And this is precisely what has prompted him to go to war with West Francia right now. He's declared a war to conquer the county of Ponthieu. Something he seems to be doing successfully for the time being, but we'll see how that goes. And speaking of West Francia, you remember King Geldo in the Repulsive here wanted to take over the kingdom of his brother, King Carloman. Well, turns out Carloman won that war and kept his kingdom. And if you remember, this here Emir of Leon of the Umayyad Empire, he too attempted to seize lands in Aquitaine, the holy war for the Duchy of Aquitaine here. And King Carloman won that war as well. His lands are intact. He managed to defend his borders both to the north and the south at the same time, no less. So, yeah. Maybe this guy is an apostle. He's turned out to be quite a capable king, for sure. And did I read things right? Is there a plague going on down here? Oh, consumption. There's another epidemic going on down here. How's the... Ooh. There's no epidemic up here at all anymore. We had an epidemic going on last time, but that seems to have faded away now. That's great. And a couple other bits I noticed that I didn't take stock of before. First of all, there's a Norse realm down here. Like, what? I had no idea this random Viking feller went all the way to Italy and claimed lands. He is a subject under King Jocelyn of Lotharingia, formerly the King of Italy. Jocelyn is a Christian, but he has been allowed to retain his Norse religion. Seems Jocelyn still hates his guts, but, well, there's a Norse guy serving the King of Italy, and I had no idea. I was just as surprised as you are now to find out about it. Anyways, in other news, the Byzantine Empire's got a new emperor. In fact, they've had a few emperors recently. The first emperor, actually the second emperor of this playthrough, was Constantinus Ironhand here. But he had some rebels in his land rising up against his rule, installing this guy here, Leon, as the next emperor, because he managed to find a group of vassals that favored him. So he was installed on the 26th of September in the year 907, but merely a year later he died of smallpox. And then the inheritance was passed on to this random dude, Basileus Eustathios of the Focus dynasty. So that's pretty interesting. We'll see in which direction he takes the empire, as he's declaring war on Serbia in a holy war for Rashka, which I believe is over here. Yeah, he wants to conquer all of that. Well, good luck to him. How's Björn doing, by the way? My cousin Björn. Oh, he's about to come of age soon. Oh, that's quite fitting. Not only has he been assimilated into the Bohemian culture and the Slavic religion, he's turned out a true zealous. He's become a zealous proponent of this foreign people that he's been assimilated into. Oh man, from a storytelling perspective, it would be so interesting to write like a novel or a chapter about this character. And his mother, who more or less seems to have been passed into obscurity right now. Wonder what happened to you, Hilda? Wonder what happened to you to get you to agree to just leaving your son in your dynasty like that. Guess we'll never know. Child still rules Bohemia. That's nice. Yeah, another thing I noticed, which I should have noticed earlier but didn't pick up on until now, is that Namsborg here, King Alfred the Cruel of Namsborg, he's actually waging a war against his fellow Vikings. Look, it's King Birger. King Birger the Tormentor of Jylland is waging a war of subjugation against Namsborg. And he's currently winning it with 78%. He wants to conquer all of these lands in southern Britain and hold it himself. I'm guessing he ain't too happy about the fact that Jylland was kicked out of Britain by King Jorsenbert here. Oh jeez, take a look at this dude. He's grievously scarred, he's lost a leg, and now he's lost a hand too. And he's a fatty that likes to eat much. Oh man. Jeez, what a warrior. Wow. No wonder the Vikings lost out to him. He's something of a Viking himself. I mean, look at that. Real badass. So yeah, Jylland wants to make up for their lack of lands in England by taking additional lands from their Viking allies. That's quite a convenient strategy, I guess, albeit a bit underhanded. But anyways, oh yeah, two more things. Another thing I failed to notice just as we ended the last session is, our brother's just come of age. Geir Ravnsson, the second child of Ravn, and the first younger brother of Harald here. He's come of age. He's turned out to be a tough soldier with quite a decent combat skill, actually. 13 martial, not a bad amount of stewardship either. He's brave, and unlike his brother, he's adopted a fair and just disposition, seeking always to rule with dignity, good conduct, and to carry out just sentences and just decisions. So he's a guy that's got the heart in the right place, but he is a little bit uncouth as well. You know, he curses a lot, he talks rudely, acts rudely, he doesn't wash himself all the time, but hey-ho, that matters not. I'm guessing it's the warrior in him that's speaking. He isn't one to dally around with dignitaries and politicians, preferring the much simpler conditions of the battlefield. So yeah, that's really nice. Right, like I outlined at the beginning, I'm just going to go on a final looting round just to get us over the 100 mark in prestige, so we can finally go to war on Blekinge. I don't know what this part is. It's got to be like part 20 or something. Not until now are we going to have a chance to expand our lands. It's flipping crazy. We would have done so a lot earlier, but hey, what can you do when you're role-playing your characters and the game tells you that your character is to be content? Anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let us bring forth the troops. We don't need to bother about the levies, but we will. Wait, why can't I? Are you serious right now? We can't loot because we're at peace? Because we're not at peace, rather. We joined this stupid war, and now we can't toggle looter mode. Like, what kind of idiocy is that? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. We're gonna rest around at home then, being lazy, because we're sure as hell not commanding troops out on the battlefield. Another thing, by the way, another thing I forgot to remark upon. Despite him being a talented fighter and a good military man, Harald's laziness is going to get the better of him, so much so that he is going to break with convention and not join the Wolf Warriors. Because why would he? Like, yeah, it would give him a lot of bonuses, it would make him a heck of a lot of a better fighter, but man, I don't know. I like to eat, I like to hang out with my wife and my other guys, and I just want to rest around. Joining a warrior band and be given tasks and chores, it's too much of an effort. Like, I'm much happier just resting around at home. Maybe going on the occasional war every now and then. I don't need to join a warrior band. If you remember, that's the exact thing that killed my grandfather. Now who's this? Gnupa. It's our sister Refna's eldest and only son. He's also excelling in warfare, which is quite interesting. We're gonna give him an education in pride, though. We're gonna try to have a little bit of variation going on, at least. That miffs me off a little bit about the fact that you can't convert your soldiers to loot mode just because you're at war. That's really, really silly. I don't recognize this particular mechanic at all. What? Oh no! Oh, it's wait. Well, I'm still sad, mind you, but Hilda, or Aunt Hilda, the eldest daughter of Harald the Great Bear, has been slain in personal combat by Chiefess Ludmilla of Brno. Okay, so this old lady? This old infirmed lady of this imprisoned dweeb who is infirm and sick, has a minus 56 combat skill, somehow managed to kill my capable aunt? Like, what? For a moment there, I thought it was Hafrid here that had been killed. I thought it was her, and I was devastated because she's turned out to be the most remarkable female character so far, but no, it's our first daughter Hilda. Well, my first aunt, but Harald's first daughter, and that's really sad to see as well. I hope you rest in peace wherever you are. Don't think it's Valhalla, but ooh, take a look at that. That crown there symbolizes the fact that Gelduin himself, the king of West Francia himself, is leading his own troops against the Vikings, and he ain't doing too well right now. Maybe they'll capture him and end the war just like that. Well, alas, no such luck. Ooh, he's made me his headman. Well, that's nice. And he wants to make me a commander, but you know what? I'm too lazy to accept. Knowing Harald, it was probably too lazy to even open the letter. Okay, I've invited people in my court to take part in a war game in which we practice defending our land from invading enemies. We will use wooden models to represent invading armies, and I shall have to use clever tactics to defeat my opponent. Yeah, let's go ahead. It's not like we got anything better to do anyways. As we assigned tasks for the war game, we decided that Ileana will defend with me, while Ale will be leading the invading forces. Okay. At the beginning of the war game, your enemy decides to do a strong frontal assault towards your center flank. Let's try a different approach this time. Let's slowly withdraw our forces in the center. Ole decides to hold his line when our troops withdraw from the center flank. Ooh, he spots our trap. Ileana suggests that we strengthen our side flanks with our idle troops. What are we gonna do here? Large push on the left flank with support on the center. Center troops as a reserve for our no-pressured side flanks. Are our side flanks really pressured? Oh, fuck it. Let's prepare a counterattack in the center flank. See where that takes us. Ooh! As we launch our attack, we manage to break the opponent's center, giving us the opportunity to subdue their split forces with ease. Yeah! Good game! See? Harald may be a lazy sod and he likes to eat a lot, but he ain't stupid. He does possess some basic knowledge and competence when it comes to military tactics. Oh, and speaking of knowledge, I just came to remember something. We looked at our brother here, Geir, and even though I only just looked at him a few minutes ago, I totally forgot I have to marry him. Or I don't have to marry him, I have to marry him away to somebody else. It doesn't look like we're very much spoiled for choice. I'm not too bothered about alliances right now, because that will come into play more when we're high chiefs and kings and the like. So we're just gonna look for somebody that's... yeah, somebody that's quick. Why not? How about somebody that's a genius? No, she's 6 years old. Okay, no, there was nobody that was quick. For a moment there I thought this 11-year child looked interesting, but no, she's Suomenusko. So... and she's all the way over in Chud, which I believe is... oh yeah, she's all the way over there. It wouldn't make sense for her to have heard of us. Okay. What else have we got? Attractive? Okay. Now we've got a couple more options. Honestly, this girl is the best bet among the attractive ladies. Have we got anybody that's strong? This 2-year-old. That doesn't really do much, because we need somebody we want to marry pretty much straight away. How about a lustful girl? Let's rank them by age. Okay, this girl here, Skuld. Don't know why she's called that, but she seems nice. Agdir. Oh fuck it, we'll go with her. Because why the hell not? Lustful. And she's gonna be coming of age very soon too, so yeah, she's lustful, she's diligent, stubborn, shrewd. And we'll hope this develops into something something nice as well. So yeah, you guys can get married. Fantastic. It's a marriage we'll want to keep, you know, somewhat track on, because if Harald was to suddenly beat the dust for no particular reason right at this very moment, we'd be playing as Geir. Actually, we don't need to play as Geir. What am I thinking? We've already got our own son. We got Siegfried. Fuck it. We're gonna be voting for our son Siegfried as the next heir. Just gonna let it take over. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say that we end up playing as Geir if we were to die, but no. We got our own son now. We're gonna be playing as him. And obviously he's pissed off with us about that we just changed our preference like that. Actually, brother, I'm gonna vote for my own son now. Hope you're not too upset. And obviously he's flipping furious. And another thing I just noticed is we've surpassed 100 prestige by a massive, massive margin. And now Blekinge. Refer of Blekinge in particular. Your family members have looted and raided my lands, not once, but fucking twice now. Twice have you tried to storm my walls, burn my villages, and take my money. We will have none of that anymore. It is high time you are punished for your transgressions against the chiefdom of Skåne. We are declaring a border dispute war over your lands, seeking to bring them to us. Get ready to fight for your lands, for your lives, and your sovereignty, because you can be goddamn sure that we will be fighting too. As Åke commands the center flank, and we'll send Ingolfi to command the other one. Harald is obviously just gonna stay at home, because he just can't be bothered. So we'll charge straight ahead. We're not gonna get out in time. That sucks. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll just go in there, take Blekinge very quickly, and the war might even be over. Who knows? Yeah, they're just sitting there, not even doing anything. That would be a triumph and a half, right? For Harald to be sitting around in Skåne, not doing shit, for us to take Blekinge without any resistance, without a single drop of blood spilt. Oh, what's happened here? Hallgrim is dead. I said not a single drop spilt, and at that very second he dies. He was slain by Count Renaud of Retz. Ah, I see. They waged a battle down here in Artois. where Hallgrim most likely was a commander, and he waged war and fought a battle that cost him his life. Which means right now, it's his eldest son Åke of Rügen who's the next ruler. And he's got chest pains actually, which is not too great for him. If something was to happen to him, the land would fall to us. Just saying. Because Hallgrim had no other sons. His daughter, Hallgrim's daughter and Åke's sister cannot inherit because the laws are set to agnatic, which means the only living family member would be us. That would be nice. Imagine if we could take Blekinge without spilling a single drop of blood. That would be a glorious tale for someone as lazy as flipping Harald over here. And indeed, we took the place, 100% war score, and boof! Look! We just went in, we just barged into his land and took it! Wow! Now that was a quick war indeed. Okay. To the glorious Harald, your wisdom and legendary are... your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I was about to say, your wisdom and legendary are mercy. That's wrong. I would like to give you a seat on my council, and I offer you the title of steward. But we're not a good steward. Sigurd? Almost forgot your name there. But you know what, since we're not bothered about going out commanding troops, I guess we're gonna take a seat in the council this time. Because why the heck not? It's gonna give us that little bit more prestige, and I suppose Harald wants some sort of influence of matters in the realm. So we got Blekinge now, that is fantastic. I'm wondering if I shouldn't go after Bornholm as well. I mean, he came to the aid of... Oh, look at Björn here. He's just come of age and he's already lost his eye. Like, what's that all about? I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I hope he gets married quickly and have some kids, cause otherwise that line of the family tree is gonna be dead. Anyways, as I was going to say, Bornholm here, they had... Bornholm here, they had an alliance with Blekinge. If you'll notice, when we declared war, their banner appeared on the right-hand side, indicating they'd joined Blekinge in their war against us, meaning they took up arms against us in our righteous and just war. Now are we gonna allow that to just slide? Are we going to sit around and tolerate that kind of insult? Yeah, for now we are, because our brother can get married. Fan-flipping-tastic. Yeah, that's great. Either way, we're gonna... Oh, okay, that's just Rostock. Okay. I thought it was our lands. We could still just wait around for those claims, or for our chancellor to get a claim, but you remember the last time we just sat around on our asses waiting for shit to happen? Didn't end well, so fuck it. We've still got a couple of minutes left of this session. We're gonna go declare another war. So let us declare this here war for Bornholm. Border dispute, we're gonna use the argument that he went to help Blekinge, so we have to put him down as well. Boom! We're taking some hits to our prestige because people are gonna be looking at us and thinking that our action isn't justified. Our declaration of war isn't backed by a solid claim, but we'll just refer back to the fact that our grandfather Harald, he issued numerous claims. And besides, these people have committed offenses against us, so we're simply gonna see fit to punish them in our own way. And taking their land seems like a good thing enough to do as any. And this time we are gonna have to fight for it, because we'll need to cross this here strait to get to where we're going. So Ingolfr is gonna take charge here, and I suppose Harald will have to come along. I mean, he's probably not gonna end up doing any fighting, but he needs to do something. Where the hell is Harald? Oh no, he can't. Ah, he's in Själland. He's the steward of Sigurd II. He can't lead troops. Can't we make anybody else a commander then? No, we're stuck with 2. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, off to Bornholm with you then. Oh, wow. Take a look at his rad armor. Okay, so he's taken a wife. He's married... Oh, he's married this dude's daughter. He's married Viola Premislid. It's a regular marriage, though, so if you just make sure you get her pregnant before you die, our family line will continue to spread. So yeah, that's cool beans. Anyways, get on over there and seize the island. How can I rely on my generals when their understanding of warfare is so lacking compared to my own? I could teach Ingolfr a thing or two. So yeah, let's teach him how to lazy about in the flanks. Yeah, he happily accepts. Good. Right. Now we're messing about here in Själland doing stuff for Sigurd, whereas our men are doing the fighting for us. I don't know, it doesn't feel quite as, you know, as passionate and as genuine as it did with Harald the Older and Ravn, but hey, this is a different style. This is a different form of ruling than what they had, which is adding some much needed spice to the game, and you have to say it's yielding results. Already, lazy ass Harald the Younger has achieved more than any of his ancestors did put together, as Bornholm is now ours as well. Yes, baby! This is amazing. This is amazing. In the space of one damn year, we are now the ruler of 3 lands. He is a more powerful man than any member of his family, and he hasn't lifted a finger to accomplish any of this. That's that's flipping crazy. Okay. Since we've already got the damn island, it doesn't make sense for our chancellor to fabricate claims there, so I'm actually gonna have him fabricate claims in Själland itself. Because why the hell not? Why the hell not? Do people in the council like him? Yeah! people in the council like him a bit better now. He's still got the short reign modifier, but turns out he's pretty damn capable in his own way. He's spinning the threats from abroad, from the dinner table. All he does is sits around engorging himself on some luxurious food while other people do his work for him. Wait, what? My dear chief, permit me to remind you of your obligations and duties as my sworn vassal. To form a conspiratorial faction would be in direct violation of these, and I must ask for your promise never to do so. Ooh. Okay. Right. So Sigurd II, he's noticed the speed with which Harald has been expanding. My guess is he understands exactly what it is we seek to do. He knows we're trying to garner power for ourselves, power within the realm that we could potentially use to overthrow him. And he's coming out straight away, making use of Harald's honest trait to basically confront him and say, I want you to give me your promise here and now that you will never, ever join a faction to oppose my rule. And because we're honest and we can't lie, we have to promise him this. We've promised him now. We've given him our word, which means it's not possible to join factions anymore. Not while the king is still alive. He's 25 years old. He's most likely gonna be alive and kicking for much longer. You could still resign from the council and then just declare war on him, pretty much going on an all-out independence war, which is something we might consider for next time, but yeah, timer's only showing 2 more minutes left, so this is gonna be as good of a place as any to end the session. Yeah, we've got some lands at long last. Like, he didn't actually set his foot in the battlefield and did anything to get it. He had his own men and his generals do all the dirty work while he was just feasting away in Själland, hanging out with Sigurd. And yet, this is the guy that's getting things moving. Harald and Ravn were both tremendous warriors and legendary Vikings. None of them achieved shit. But this guy, this lazy ass, sorry sod, has just got us 2 extra lands, and he's this close to forming the High Chiefdom. The gods work in strange ways, don't they? Both the Norse gods and the game gods. Right, anyways, I want to thank you all for joining me in this session tonight. I hope you'll tune in next time when we take the next step in our preparations to finally establish the High Chiefdom of Skåne. So I wish you all a good day, a good evening, and a good night, depending on where in the world you are. Goodbye, take care of yourselves all, and I will see you again next time.